boys. What's up, guys? We're on the way. It's 11:30 in the, I guess that would be evening. It's 11:30 in the evening, PM of September 8th. And we're moving. Got my truck piled high. 2 bows, packs, tags, camo, boots, everything. Camera gear. I got my whole seat full of snackage. We're moving. We're in the elk woods. He's using a turkey diaphragm. That's called skills. We got set up at that water hole and we found other hunters. They came in after we started calling. So we decided we'll bump up, head a little bit further, and try to find out where they're coming from. The hunters or the elk? We're trying to find the elk. We already found the hunters. So, check that off. Tagged out on hunters. The joys of public land, I guess.
Never ran into another hunter out here.
Yeah.
Ben comes out here from East River and brings all the hunters with him.
That seems to be the luck. Yeah. That seems to be what's happening, so. Yay. But we're gonna work a little bit further in. Hopefully find a herd. We heard one bugle. And that's it. So we're gonna head back to the truck. We're gonna head to a different ridge. Bad lighting. Come on, cameraman.
You turn.
You went behind me. Bad lighting. So we're gonna head back to the truck, get to a different ridge, and hopefully see a cow before then and shoot it, and then we won't have to do any more work.
That sounded like a smaller one, but we found a fresh rub. Or scrape, I should say. And it sounds like he's heading the opposite direction, south. So we're gonna head that way a couple miles and
Try to cut him off.
yeah, and see what we can find. Beautiful morning.
So nice. So nice. So we're bombing to the other side on this other glassy knob, and we're gonna see if we can't locate that bull again. He kind of clammed up, and I'm not gonna lie, like we didn't do a ton of calling. It didn't seem like, I mean, we weren't getting responses. We got that one response and that was it. So yeah, honestly right now the plan is we're gonna try to locate bulls in hopes that they're with cows, and then we're gonna hunt the cows. So if you have a better way to hunt cow elk, let us know. Option 1 was a water hole, which was taken. Option 2 is locating the bulls in hopes that they're with the cows. Option 3 is what we're kind of doing with option 2, which is just locating elk. So, new to this. This is my first time elk hunting. How many times have you been elk hunting? Once. So between the two of us, we have about 2 hours worth of experience.
One season worth.
One season worth of experience. I watched about 30 hours of elk hunting videos. And maybe 5.5 of that was on the way up here. I was listening to elk podcasts. So we don't really know what we're doing, but we're having fun. So we got up this hill, I don't know, 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's about 9:30 now. We got up this hill. We were sitting up on top just trying to glass, kind of back over on this hillside. There's a clear cut over there. You can't see it from here. We figured we'd just start glassing and see if we saw anything to make a move on. And we started hearing something down here. And it was this. We start coming down the ridge here behind us where we were at, hoping that we could maybe pick up on the herd that might be moving down towards the water hole that we just came from. and we ran across some like almost steaming poop. Like it was almost steaming still. And
Yeah,
then
we heard him raking.
Josh came over and saw this, so we can only figure that they were over here raking this morning, and that's what we were hearing. We just couldn't figure out what it was. We're about 70 yards up, maybe 100.
Yeah.
We were, let's find it. We were way up at the top of the ridge up here, kind of sitting.
Working a west facing hill.
Yeah, sitting down here, hoping to glass something, knowing that down here there's a nice water hole down there at the bottom of the hill, at the base of the hill. But we heard raking, and neither of us were really sure what it was. But as you can see, that's tall. Almost back to the truck. Didn't really get on anything.
Get ready. The wind's in our favor.
So close.
There's no point going that direction.
Good morning. It's day 2, 4 in the morning. We are here making coffee and burritos and formulating a game plan. And I think the plan that we have right now is we're going to head out to the same spot we were last night. We put to bed a few bugles. We're going to head out to that spot, and I think we're going to get on some this morning. I'm going to say positive because he's realistic over here. Oh, you know, maybe, maybe not. Nah, we're going to get on him this morning. We're going to slay a dragon this morning, okay? That's what's going to happen.
This guy comes here, he's West River all the time, and says, we're tagging out the first day. We're going to shoot this, we're going to
Which
shoot that.
I want to make a note of. I've never once tagged out on the first day. So, but yeah.
Very, very optimistic.
It's going to be a good morning. We're going to get out, we're going to get on some bugles, we're going to get on a little herd, we're going to let them kind of relax and bed down, then we're going to move into about 22 yards of them. I'm going to put Darryl right behind the shoulder, 15-yard track job, and we're going to start bagging and tagging and start hunting antelope. Plan?
Sounds like a dream. I just woke up though.
We'll be out of here by noon. Peace. It's been raining most of the morning. Light sprinkle. Haven't seen anything yet. Heard one bull pop off this morning. But we're just covering ground, climbing hills. If you can see behind me, that seems to be the downpour that's going to happen in about 3 hours. So we're probably not going to stay out here for that. But we have a plan. We're going to head down this hill, go up on that next ridge, and then there's a wallow kind of where we came by when we walked in at. So we're going to go set up by that wallow/watering hole for a little while, call a little bit, see if anything comes in for water, and then that'll be about time for us to head back to the truck. We'll probably do a little bit of glassing while the downpour's happening, and then see if we can't find anything from there. So still hopeful, still positive. They're out here. We just have to find them. We just had 2 crack off. One was probably within 200 yards. One was probably outside of 400 yards. We're still banking on the fact that if there's a bull, there's going to be cows. So should we try to move up a little bit?
I'll do it, but
Let's just move real slow.
wasn't very far away.
Let's just move real slow and see if we can, because we can't see anything right now anyways.
Well, I can. If you stand right where I'm at.
But I mean, he could be coming right in front of us and we have no idea.
Yeah, I can see over there. Go stand right. Go stand right next to me. 60s. Also hunting bulls. We call the two hunters. So we talked to them a little bit, chatted. That dude had any elk tag, so we parted ways and we kind of dove deeper where we saw or where we heard a few more bugles. Let's go get him. How far? 100 yards maybe. Stand up, his head's behind a tree right now. Come sit right in this window right here. He's moving. He's a big bull too, dude. Holy smokes, man. I don't see any cows with him. He's coming right in this clearing right here. See him? Right there. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. That's a big bull, dude. That's zoomed in. It's a crappy camera. Do you see him? On my camera. I see something. That's him. That's the bull. Yeah, 100%, dude. Look straight in that gap. He's walking away. Or he's circling. 6x6. 82 yards. Just came right in, stood broadside. He's still maybe 100 yards out. We're gonna see if he's, I don't think he has any cows with him, so it doesn't do us any good, but we're gonna see if we can't get closer. That was freaking awesome. So, we are now at a new location. After only bumping into bulls at that last spot, we decided that we were gonna try a new area. Same kind of general area, but a brand new hillside. So we're out glassing this beautiful countryside over here and peeing all over it. All right, guys, it is day 3. Oh, there's a deer right in the middle of the road, 2 of them. Right in the middle of town. That's nuts. It is day 3 of the elk hunt. Day 1 and 2 were pretty dang good. We got into a lot of bugles. Day 1 was a little slow. Day 2, we had a bull in 80 yards, man. Camera had just died. It's literally like 2 minutes after I said, hey, my camera's dying. But literally, man, this dude came in just screaming to 80 yards, and then obviously he didn't have a cow with him, otherwise we would have had a different story. And we just had to kind of let him walk away. He didn't seem agitated, he didn't run off. He just didn't really know what was going on, turned around and left. So definitely an awesome experience. I think that alone got me hooked on elk hunting. So that was awesome. Now I'm heading to, Josh is not with me, but he showed me a few places over the last few days. He is gonna go glassing at a couple knobs right at sunrise. So he asked if it would be a good idea to split up, and I said, you know, that might actually work. It'll give me time to sit at this water hole that was our original plan until we got out there and there was other people out there, and it'll give him time to go out and glass. If he can locate some cows, he'll be able to hit a lot more places than we could together, just with him knowing the area and him climbing like a mountain goat. And then from there, if he finds some, he'll hit me up. Otherwise, I'll call him around 9, 9:30, 10 when I'm getting out of the water hole. So I'll sit there for 3-4 hours, and then we'll link up and hopefully have some elk to gut. heard some cows calling right down in the creek. There's this little bottom down here. I heard 2 or 3 cow calls right down at the base of this creek, this little ravine. Well guys, for as disappointed as I am for not filling, I don't know if I could ask for a better trip, to be honest with you. I mean, it was wonderful, it was awesome. We got into some bulls, we got to see some God's beautiful country. I mean, I just couldn't have asked for a better trip. The only thing that could have been better would have been tagging a cow, but we got into bulls. We got within shooting range of a few bulls. They just didn't have cows with them. And crazy first elk hunt, guys. If you've never elk hunted, I strongly encourage you to try it. This was my first year. And now I have to start trying to convince my wife to let me find some over-the-counter units and make a trip out of it. Man, it makes me a little emotional, honestly, because it was just such a beautiful country. It was just such a fun trip. It really was. And I'm disappointed I didn't fill, but I can't be too disappointed because it was wonderful. It was an amazing experience. Put a lot of miles on, put a lot of work into it over the last 4 days. It was hard. It was hard work running through the woods, trying to catch up to herds, circling around, and I just couldn't have asked for a better first experience. I'll be back. I won't be back to South Dakota to elk hunt for a while, but I'll be back. This isn't my last elk hunt. It really does. It just makes me emotional, honestly. It's just so much fun. It really was. Just getting to see God's creation and being that close to it, and just a new appreciation. A lot of those encounters, I didn't even have an arrow nocked. Because they were bulls. I don't have a bull tag, so oh man. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. We'll see you next time. What's up? It is 4:20 in the morning. I just drove all night. We're going elk hunting. We are in them. We just got all the way around. It's been raining and snowing off and on all morning. But we've been following the same group of bulls and cows. And then we did about a mile-long loop and got in front of them. And they're right there. They're loud. And now I just need them to play ball and come a little closer. Stay tuned. That'll do. It's a wet one. And it's a cold one. What's the temp out? 43? 43 degrees. It's 43 degrees. If you can't tell by the red face, it's pretty chilly.
We got into them this morning. We chased 2 different groups. How long do you think we chased him for? 3 miles? 4 miles? Long enough that he needs to drink like a camel. So, I'm gonna say pretty long.
Back in your water.
How long do you think we chased him for?
8 miles?
8, you think?
Yeah. 4 that way and 4 back.
Yep, that's probably about right. I was just accounting for going out. I didn't think about coming back. But we saw him. We saw a bunch of cows. We saw a couple bulls. We were in them. We get within 100 yards and then they'd walk 200 yards, and then we get within 100 yards and they'd walk 200 yards, and then just kind of kept playing that. So, but we have wet boots, wet socks. So we are going to, just a quick little plug here. I'm actually pretty impressed with this 2.0 gear. It says water resistant, and I thought my pants were soaked, and they're actually not very wet. They're a little damp, but for as much water as we went through, I was expecting them to be more soaking wet. So I'll be interested to see once I get these wet socks off how wet they are. But
guess what? My sick is dry.
I'm cutting that out. Yeah, that's not gonna make the final cut.
Dry.
Not gonna make the final cut. I'm also not wearing rain gear, and he's wearing specific rain gear. I'm simply just wearing the 2.0 pants, and they say water resistant. If I had their rain gear, I'm sure I would be bone dry too. I just don't. So
Look at this.
my top's not wet at all. I was wearing a coat, raincoat. Yeah. Sitka lovers. Ask him how he likes his bananas. Whole. Got him. He'll get it in a second. Anyways.
I think you gotta order pizza.
Yeah, we do. Great morning. Good time. We're gonna grab some lunch, get some dry socks, and then come back out. It's still raining and it's still 40 degrees out, so it's pretty dang cold. So yeah.
crazy experience.